Dynasty Warriors Overlords has officially launched earlier this month, and after playing for a while, here are some tips in PvP that I'm willing to share with you. Alright, the very first tip I'm going to be giving you guys today is the most important tip, and that is to parry. In order to parry, you're going to hold the block button and slide it to the block and counter prompt. A blue shield will then show up in front of you, and if the enemy hits this, they're going to take damage and they're going to be stunned. The shield will hold out for as long as you hold it, but don't hold it for too long because it's going to drain the living shit out of your block meter. So the timing for the parry is just before you're about to get attacked. And if you hit it too late, you're just going to end up blocking like this. If you hit it too early, you're just going to end up getting hit. You want to flick it just before you're about to get attacked. And boom. So in my opinion, parrying is the most important game mechanic you should learn before even touching PvP. Specifically because it helps you against ranged attacks, which leads me to my second tip, versus ranged characters. So if you played this game mode, you've probably met this bow character that just stands there and shoots arrows at you. You can't really approach because you're just gonna get attacked. Time is running down, you only have 5 minutes, and you're just like, damn, what the hell do I do? And so this is my favorite part because you get to go back and use what you learned in tip number 1 and you parry that bitch. So if you are a person that is afraid to parry or you're not really good at it, let me help you out. So what you're going to want to do is parry on the second attack. Reason being is the first attack is not going to hit you. Well, it's going to hit, but you're not going to get stunned. Whereas the second hit is most definitely going to stun you. And at that point, you're kind of in trouble. So parrying on the second also helps you establish a rhythm that all bow users have. And so once you got that first beat, you know when to parry, and it's on that second beat. Deal done, case closed, that's all you need to learn. However, what if for any reason you can't parry? Here's what you do. You wait for an opportunity for when they end their animation or whatever attack they do. Close the gap, watch out for their EX and T1, and never let go of that distance. Because as soon as you let go, it's back to square one. Something that helps you with this and is essential to PvP is understanding attack priority, which leads me to my third point. Attack priority is and was what made Dynasty Warriors PvP since the Dynasty Warriors 3 days. Attack priority is essentially if two characters were to throw an attack out at the same time, which attack would win. In this regard, attack speed is king, but so is range. Basically, a sword can beat a spear up close, but a spear can beat a dagger at optimal range. However, super armor complicates things, creating a kind of attack triangle where super armor / EX attacks beat normal attacks, which beats charge attacks, which beats super armor / EX attacks, and so forth. And then this is further reinforced by what we were talking about with attack speed and range, and now we have a fairly complex combat system, which is something I never would have thought I'd say on a Dynasty Warriors mobile game. So now every character has at least a couple of super armor moves in their arsenal, and that is up to you to figure out what it is. And there is one move that beats every single attack in this attack triangle, and that is the iconic Musou attack. So then yeah, no matter what situation, Musou attack's gonna bail you out, even if you're getting juggled, which leads us to our next point, getting juggled. Alright, so this is gonna be a short one, but when you're getting juggled, all you're gonna wanna do is spam the dodge button, so that you can get back up on your feet as soon as possible. Why is this the tip? I see a lot of new players not doing this, so I just wanted to get that out there. Another thing is, you get invulnerability on wake up. As soon as your character wakes up and gets on their feet, no attack is going to connect with you as soon as you get up. Which means if the enemy is right on top of you as you're getting up, you can just spam the normal attack button, and 9 times out of 10, you're now going to be juggling the enemy, which brings us to my next point, juggling. So if you play Dynasty Warriors, you're fairly familiar with juggling an enemy, which is just comboing them as much as you can. It's up to you to find out which true combo deals the most damage on each character. And you know your combo ends when the enemy wakes up and is back on their feet. Now, you don't have to reset to neutral when they get back on their feet. You can still oppress them by using super armor attacks on wake up. This is a counter to the invulnerability that they get as they wake up, and you can just be super oppressive. Some characters are really good at this, like Sun Ce, Xiahao Duan, Zhou Yu, and Ma Chao. Alright, so my next tip is dealing with Musou pressure. So Musou attacks are very dangerous. Like I said, they beat every single attack in the game. And they also deal a massive chunk of damage to your HP bar, which you do not want. So here's what you do. You want to play super safe. You want to try and bait it out. You can dodge away from a Musou attack as soon as they activate it. It's a very tight window. So tight even that I don't even know if I can react to it. I have to kind of predict it. Musou attacks can also be blocked, but I'd much rather just book it and run away. Because blocking a Musou attack doesn't fully block all the damage from a Musou attack. Most of the time it's going to break through block and you're going to take a portion of damage at least. I'd rather just avoid all that entirely, so. And the final way to dodge a Musou attack is by using a Musou attack of your own. But here's a bonus pro tip. When you're getting stunned by a Musou attack, use your Musou attack right before you're about to get hit, and the enemy will end up getting attacked by your Musou attack, but you won't. Alright, so for my next tip is going to be more loadout oriented, starting with the most important loadout, and that is choosing your charge attack 1. In Dynasty Warriors Overlords, you have the option to pick between 4 different charge attack 1s. And for all characters, they're categorized in formation, dash, break, and shield. Now the most common moves you're going to see in PvP are going to be dash and shield. This is because dash is mainly either a gap closer and or ranged attack. I don't really have to explain why these are so important, but you're gonna see these a lot in PvP. The second most common move I've seen is shield attacks, and that is because this is a super armor attack. If I can get Zhao Yun to attack me. Let's see if Zhao Yun attacks now. Yep. So I'm not gonna get staggered by any attack he throws out if I'm using a shield move. This carries to every character. However, attack priority is still in effect, and oh, there you go. Charge attacks still affect me. The third most common charge attack one you're going to see is the break, the shield break move. You're not going to see these a lot, but usually these charge attacks are going to have the properties of lightly staggering them. And for some characters like Zhang Jiao, their break move actually stuns the enemy, which is very good. And the least common charge attack one is the formation attack, which, I mean, Zhang Jiao's is pretty cool because he leaves like a AoE pressure kind of device. But for the most part, you're not going to see these because formation attacks are usually meant for multiple enemies. Alright, so for the next tip, again, we're going with loadout still. We are going to be talking about occult. I'm going to just call them occult skills, that's easier. Anyways, you get these 3 to begin with, and the first one, burst. While you're getting juggled, it's like a get out of free jail card. You can just use it whenever you're getting juggled and it's going to get them off of you. Alright, so uproot is going to lock the enemy's Musou attack and EX attack so that they can't use it. This is very useful when you guys both have Musou attack. And then this third starter occult skill is a fireball. And so like I said, you can buy more of these at the PK store. They are very expensive though, but you can also use them just to upgrade the starter ones if you want a lower cooldown, more damage or whatnot. Alright, so anyways, the next loadout tip is going to be making sure you ascend your characters. Even though PvP is a fair stats game mode, there are still things that carry over from your progression. And those usually are your character synergies, which are not these that one that give you just attack and HP bonuses. These are all balanced in PvP. However, any synergy that gives you a special skill, a 10% chance to give a burning effect on your enemy, electric induction, 14% chance to deal electric damage, as well as 12% chance to deal ice damage, which was going to freeze you. Another thing you're going to want to level up is your star level, your character star level. The reason why is because these general tactics right here, they carry over into PvP as well. Jiao Chan's base healing effect on her EX attack goes up by 16% if you fully ascend her. And also, SSRs have 3 of these, whereas SRs only have 2 of them. And unfortunately, Rs only have 1 of them, which makes them naturally not have that much going for them. Another thing you want to level up with your character is combat souls. Not these combat souls. So the purple ones, they don't do anything for you. They just give you stat buffs, which is all going to be balanced out in PvP mode. But if it has a special effect, which is usually the godly or legendary souls, you get access to these exclusive skills which do carry over to PvP. You can get them from events, event stores and all that stuff, such as these are selectable godly souls. You're gonna have to pour in a lot of resources into this. You can pour in money to get the things that you want. You can get them for free still, but it's gonna take a lot longer. Use me as an example because I have spent $0 on this game. All right, the last thing that you need to look out for in your loadout, signets. So signets are things that you can equip onto your weapon. All these stats are going to be balanced into PvP mode, but these special skills do carry over into PvP. However, there is an exception to the stats not carrying over, and that is the PvP damage boost. These do carry over onto the 10th and last tip of the video, and that is team comps, the team combinations. And you can bring 3 characters with you into PvP, and every single one of these character choices matters. You want to bring characters with rolls and counter picks against other characters, such as you can expect to play against bow users. You're going to want to bring maybe one ranged guy to help you out. As far as starting, like which character you should start with, I recommend you start with a character that can build Musou really fast. Reason for this is that Musou equals pressure, and pressure is very good. Also, a nice thing to have on your team comp is a comeback character. This is a character that can deal a lot of damage and can come back from a 1 versus 3 deficit. These characters are usually the top tier ones, so why not bring them? So how do you know if a character is top tier or not? Well, in order to do that, you have to leave a like on this video, subscribe to my channel, and when I come out with a tier list, you're gonna get it. Anyways, if you found this video helpful or anything, leave a like on the video. I already said that. If you like the video, like the video. Comment down below on any other questions you have. I'll answer them. And yeah, have fun with this game, man. This game is probably the best thing to happen to Dynasty Warriors this year. Until Dynasty Warriors 10 is announced at Tokyo Game Show this year. Ooh, let's go. All right. Peace out.